Hi guys, we're here today with James Watson. We're at Martin Crescent in Ballingrey. This is one of the properties that James has just bought. James, you know, what attracted you to this property in the first place?
So it was basically a cost point, so it was relatively cheap. You know, resale value isn't particularly great here, but the long-term view with any property investment is to get the passive income.
Perfect. So what did the price come in at?
So it came in about 60,000.
60,000, yeah.
Thereabouts.
Okay. And the property itself, we're going to have a wee walk through and see what we're going to do to it?
Certainly.
Yeah, on you go. So we'll go into the living room just now.
Yep.
We'll have a wee look in here. So in the living room, what would you want to do here?
So it's quite spacious. You've got the front back aspect to the property. Obviously we've got an electric fire missing, so that might well come out. Remove the wallpaper, a bit of redecor. Obviously there's trailing extensions and things. So
this flooring's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to keep that.
It looks reasonable.
Are you just going to board this up and strap and board it and get rid of it?
Strap board it.
Because it would make another usable wall, wouldn't it, really?
Exactly, yeah.
So you'd be able to get your furniture all the way around. And the great thing is you've got two radiators, one either side, so it'll be really hot. So you don't typically need a fire, do you?
Exactly, and you've got, you know, because it's so big, you've got a bit of space at the back. You can have a dining table, chairs, whatever.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
So lounge at the front here, dining table and chairs at the back. Windows wise, I mean, windows in good state of repair?
So at the moment they seem to be in a good state of repair, no broken seals, no dampness, so I think they'll probably hold out for a couple of years or whatever.
Aye, they look that double glazed, eh?
Obviously try through time to do subtle upgrades.
Aye, do the upgrades as you go, don't you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Rather than going for this big bang approach when you lose a tenant and you get the next one in.
Costs an absolute fortune just to get everything.
Yeah.
Let's have a wee look upstairs.
Very much iterative.
So upstairs, we've got 2 double bedrooms up here, or 3? Three double bedrooms. Wow, even more, rental increase. We'll take a quick look at the bathroom first. So we'll let the camera in and we'll have a wee talk about the bathroom. So what's the intention to do with the bathroom?
So it looks like it's been partially sort of wet shower room.
Ah, it has been.
At some point, but they've decided obviously the bath's ready to go. Not a full length bath, I think it's a 3/4 length bath. Yeah. But maybe update the bathroom itself. Yeah. Good shower screen, bathroom. Bath and shower.
Would you think about wet wall in here, or would you just, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, wet wall's probably the way to go with this one, I think.
Yeah. Keep the existing bath, or change it completely.
Might change it completely.
So strip out, change the whole thing, wet wall it.
Strip out, change the whole thing. Hide some of the pipe work and stuff, and make it a bit more modern.
And the great thing is you've got a fan there as well, which is perfect, because obviously with everybody cutting out the ventilation, you need the fan now to get that out. Good storage in behind here as well. So there's a good storage cupboard. We'll go into one of the bedrooms. So double bedroom in here.
Yep. This is the lighter of the bedrooms.
I mean, this effectively, probably just a clean up, get rid of the carpet.
Fix that back wall.
Yeah, fix that. Do you think that's a damp issue? Or
so I think it's been a damp issue at some point. Obviously they've replaced the roof prior to buying it, so yeah. I'm not quite sure the purpose of this, and would hate to think, took that off the wall and I can see through to next door.
Some of these older houses had ventilation.
Right.
It was just part of the council's thing that they did. They put vent bricks in.
Right.
So it might be a case that there's a vent brick there, and that's maybe why it's there. Yeah. But apart from that, good usable room, eh?
Yeah. Decent.
So wouldn't it take much expense to do this one?
Decent size. Yep.
Into the next double bedroom. So probably again the same model. Yep. Strip out the carpet, get the walls all prepared, get it painted and decorated again.
Yep.
Anything else you'd want to do above that?
Well, notice there's a bit of plaster coming up the
again
wall
in that corner bit, eh?
Aye.
Seems to be in the corners. Do you think it's anything to do with the garden?
So I think potentially it's either been vegetation in the garden, or the roof's failed at some point, or it could even be pipework that's run along that area.
Perfect.
Obviously need to be fully investigated, but certainly.
Alrighty. So let's pop into the next double bedroom. So next double bedroom, a bit more compact. There's an estate agent's term for you.
Yep.
So a bit more compact than usual. The good thing is you've got a cupboard, which is for your storage. So that's the great thing about that. You've got the cupboard behind here.
Potentially a good idea for a kid's bedroom or
then they can get in there. There's a wee bit of, I think that's just historic. Really, that's just a case of painting it, isn't it?
Yep.
So, case of just a quick investigation, paint that cupboard. Again, just paint the whole room, new carpets down, and ready to go, really, eh? Again, double glazing. It's all good quality double glazing that's in here now. Solid wood doors, okay. Let's have a wee, you've got a hardwire smoke detector in there already, which is a bonus.
Previously it was a rental.
Ah, previous rental, okay. So you've got your smoke detectors, you've got downstairs as well, just in the lounge. Yep, you've got one in the lounge. You've got your...
I think it's an older unit, so I think that's probably going to need to get a contractor in to
let's have a wee look at that. It could be...
replace the...
Oh, you've got an RCD protected plug. So RCD protected, it's a metal box, so I've got a funny feeling that that's fully compliant.
Excellent.
So that might be a bonus. You've saved £400 in that.
So
if
I
you
know
don't need to change it.
they've gone that way, haven't they?
Yep.
Metal boxes as opposed to the plastic. So,
Well, they were plastic. They recommended plastic before, but then they said, well, wait a minute, the plastic actually might melt if there's a fire.
Yeah.
So we're going to change back to metal. And it's like, oh, great, I've just changed all mine. Well, that's the government for you. Kitchen-wise, what do you think you want to do here?
So obviously the units look relatively good.
Yeah.
But we've got all this tile work, you know, it's very sort of outdated now.
Yeah.
Maybe brighten up with plain walls, integrated units, cooker and oven, for example.
And oh wow, almost a brand new boiler that looks like.
It's almost a brand new boiler. It's just unfortunate.
Condenser.
They haven't done what they've done in Glenrothes and mounted it to the closer to the outside wall.
Yeah, you would have preferred to put this cupboard over there and put the boiler over here.
Because as you see, you've got this massive flue assembly going out into the back.
But expense-wise in here, what do you think?
So yeah, probably a full Howden's job.
Full kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, full
Strip
kitchen.
that out and put a new one in. Would you keep it like for like, or would you change the design, or would you just keep it as it is?
I think it's probably better getting a slight change in design. Like I say, with the boiler, I think I prefer to move it into sort of that wall.
Yeah.
The chap that done the last refurb for me, he had put it onto that side wall and built a cabinet around it.
Yeah. I was thinking suspicion, I know why that is, because there's a window there. There must have been a cupboard here at one point from the old larder.
Yeah.
There must have been a larder here, and that's where they have the window just for the ventilation.
So that was similar to the other property.
Perfect. So it's a case of just breaking that up, isn't it?
They got rid of the window, basically. Got rid of the window, put in a flue.
I mean, back and front doors are pretty good as well, you know, good nick. Would you intend to change the doors or just leave them
again,
as
through upgrade.
Upgrade over time. Because, I mean, they're fine now. They can get away with getting rubbed down and painted. But over time, that could be definitely changed. So out the back, in the back garden, I mean, there's probably a big plus point here because most of it's paved, so you could probably do something with this.
Most of the day, I think.
Yep. So what are you thinking?
So I think at the very least this needs to be sort of secured off.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a bit free access coming through the close there and
of course,
here. So we need to find some way to sort of.
But you've got a good wall there, which is breeze block. You've got good fencing over here as well. What would you want to do with the sheds down the bottom?
Well, I think it's rotten. I think it really needs to go to be.
Just get rid of them completely. You can see the roof rotten anyway, can't you?
Yeah, that'll be the kids.
Aye. So the roof's rotten. It probably is a fire hazard at some point, isn't it? Definitely a hazard.
And the last thing you want to do is go upset the neighbours and things.
Yeah. And then all in all, the elevation of the property is actually quite good as well. You can see up the top there on the guttering. All the guttering's been new right along to the end of the property.
So
and then all the soffits have actually had proper UPVC boarding on it as well. So a combination of pretty good windows, UPVC boarding, a good heating system. So probably just change bathroom and kitchen?
Bathroom, kitchen, a bit tidy up work.
Yeah.
More or less the cosmetic stuff.
So when you look at the numbers then, so how much do you think that's going to come in for you? What do you think?
So I would like to think it'd be around sort of 7,000,
8,000, yeah. So we take 60,000 for bought, 68,000 then with 8,000 refurb.
Yep.
Now that, when you think about it, now rental-wise for a 3-bedroom, you'll get round about $550 per month, per calendar month.
Yep.
So when you take that into account, just cash-wise, if you bought cash and didn't mortgage it, you'd be sitting looking at probably around about a 9% yield, 9 approaching 10%. That's pretty good. I mean, most people are sitting comfortable and they're happy as Larry at 6.
Certainly given the area as well.
I think as well, probably you'll want to remortgage it at some point in time.
I will, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you know, around this area, I think prices for quite historically have been quite low anyway.
Yeah. So we
But
do
I think they're on the rise now.
if we do a 25% or a 75% loan to value mortgage, we're 17 grand in then. If you remortgage back out, you'll get about 51 back out or thereabouts. And then a 4% interest rate mortgage, I'm just assuming here, you could probably get a lower. I mean, I actually heard today, somebody actually got quoted 2.3%.
To a limit? To a limit?
I could not believe that. Yeah, limited company, that's why I do 4%, because limited company, they actually ask you to pay a wee bit more.
3.2 was my last deal.
3.2 is really good,
3.2.
because I was getting 3.8, I was getting quoted.
I'm now considered a portfolio landlord, well, portfolio
landlord,
investor.
yeah.
So sometimes those rates start to sort of get better ever so slightly. So you might get it down to 2.8, 2.9.
Possibly, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're 4%, we're 17 grand in, we're assume 30% overheads, because you know yourself, you're wanting to put money aside every now and again,
money aside,
build it up over time.
Voids maintenance.
Property management as well, that takes into account that as well. So you're probably coming out with just under £3,000 after the mortgage is cleared and after the overheads are cleared as well. That's a 17% net return. That's pretty good
I'm
going.
happy with that.
What do you get in the bank? Zero.
0.0 something.
maybe minus point something
Well,
at some point in
inflation
time.
into account, you're always minus anyway. So
Yeah.
You know.
And the reality, so you've got 17 grand in. I mean, that's a really good return, 17% net return. I've got a funny feeling over a 10-year period, if it accumulated at 2% every year, you'd be well over 200% return on investment. If you got a valuation once you were finished of 90,000, you'd get all your money back out.
Yep, certainly.
So that would effectively be an infinite return.
And I'd be obviously more than happy with that. But
and that's the goal you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because then you know what happens next. It's just like, let's go into the next one, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So
rolling them over.
That, for me personally, is how lucrative or how important property investment is. It is probably the best performing asset class, bar none. The only other thing that you'll get a better return is actually investing in yourself and your education. But this is a really good return. You know, thanks for taking us round today, James.
Yeah, no problem.
Really appreciate that. We'll probably pop back and see how you get on in the future.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And I've not got it because it's live to play the Homes Under the Hammer tune. But we'll come back next time and we'll speak to James once it's finished.
Fabulous.
Bye-bye for now, guys.
Thanks.